Good morning from the Oklahoman's video studios. I'm Dave Morris alongside Kitt Letcher. It's our monthly segment we're going to call Trust Tuesdays with the Better Business Bureau. And Kitt, you are the president and CEO of the local Better Business Bureau. Thanks for coming in. Great to meet you.
Thank you.
Well, I actually met a few weeks ago, but officially on camera, great to see you, and thanks for coming in. Better Business Bureau, what is that? It's one of those things we think we know, but do we?
Right. Most people know us as a place where you go and file a complaint. If I have a business that I've worked with and they haven't done a good job, I'm going to report you to the BBB. And that's what really, I would say 90% of the population thinks of. But there's actually a lot more that we do that we want people to know about. And that's why this is such a great opportunity for us, because we want people to check out businesses before they even use them.
So that they can shop or do whatever they do wisely,
Absolutely.
Perhaps with some information, some education.
Right. And so we actually accredit businesses, so people know who to use and they can get a good deal. They know that there's somebody that's trustworthy, who's ethical, and that they're bringing into their home, or that they're spending their money with, and they know they're going to be taken well care of.
Kitt, at the beginning you mentioned people file a complaint with the Better Business Bureau. What does that mean and what does that do?
Well, essentially, let's say you have somebody come out and do work at your home, and maybe you agreed on a price. They get done with the job. They say it's going to be another $5,000, and we need to buy more supplies. They didn't finish it or do what they said they were going to do. That's where you can contact us if you're not able to find a resolution with them. You're not able to work it out amongst yourselves. And so you can file a complaint with us, and we'll actually help you on the consumer end, be a mediator between you and that business to come to a resolution.
Okay, walk us through that. What do you guys do at that point?
And so essentially what happens is we take all of our complaints in writing, whether that's submitted, handwritten note or electronically through our online system, and then we contact the business and say, we've received this complaint, how would you like to resolve this? And we give them an opportunity to respond. And sometimes it's the owner of the company that receives the complaint and they had no clue that any of this happened. Absolutely. And so they're able to take it to the next step and say, well, here's what we can do to make it right, or here's how we've already talked to the owner, we've tried to make it right, and they're not willing to work with us. So it could be a variety of different things. And so they respond to us. We pass that information back to the consumer and say, we think this is a good resolution, or would you like to respond to this and maybe take it a step further? And what's really great about BBB is if those two parties aren't able to resolve it and we feel like neither one's really coming to the middle, we actually can pull in an arbitrator. It's a legally binding arbitrator, and they can conduct their process. It's a third party to BBB. It's not somebody that is in-house or that we employ. And so they'll actually take it to that next level. Okay.
What if I want to do some research? How are you guys a resource for that? I want some, again, staying with the home repair analogy, I need a roofer or a builder or something. Can I come to you guys and do some research?
And there's a couple different ways that you can do that. Obviously, the easiest one is to get on our website and to maybe you type in roofer in Oklahoma City or roofer in Norman, because that's where you live. And it'll pull up all of our roofers that we have in our database. It'll show you which ones are accredited, which ones aren't. It'll show you complaints that those companies have received, any consumer reviews that they've received. And what's great about consumer reviews is they can be positive, neutral, or negative. So if somebody had a really great experience, they can tell everybody about it, and that roofer has a really good rating on their system.
Another good way to use that, because frankly, if I'm looking for a roofer, I want that. I need to see that. So, so that's probably something we should encourage.
Absolutely.
People and say, hey, if you have a good experience,
yeah,
pass
we
it
do.
on.
We really want to push that, and that's something that we've only offered for about 2 years now. So it's still fairly new to us, but what's great about all of our reviews, just like our complaints, is they're all verified. So if you send a review in on a business, we send it to that business and say, is this really your customer? Because if you're the competition and you send in a really negative review on somebody and they say, no, that guy owns XYZ business, they're a competition, of course they're not going to say nice things about us. We send it back to you and say, prove that you're really their customer. And then you've got to provide documentation or something that shows that you actually had an interaction with that business and that you're not just the competition.
Adds that layer of authenticity to it.
Absolutely, because we want everything to be transparent. And so when somebody's reading reviews or complaints, they know they're getting the real story.
Talking with Kitt Letcher, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau here in Oklahoma City. Sean Rose lurking behind the camera over there on the couch. Appreciate his help as well. Kitt, let's back up and talk about you for a second.
Okay.
How long have you been with the Better Business Bureau?
It'll be 3 years in May.
Yeah? And where were you at before that?
I worked for United Way of Central Oklahoma.
Very nice, very nice. Born and raised Oklahoma City?
I'm actually from Tulsa.
Okay.
Yeah, we moved here in 2005. My husband was part of the Air National Guard at the time, and so when he finished pilot training, we moved here to Oklahoma City.
And the BBB, everything you thought it would be?
It's better. It's
way
way better.
What did you learn when you hopped into the role here? It's like, wow, I didn't know that. That's pretty cool.
You know, I think I was like most people, where I just had a really good surface level view of what BBB is and what they provide to the community, and I didn't realize like how deep it really goes. And so for me, I love my community. Like my whole purpose is working to make my community a better place, and that's why I loved United Way. And it's really fun to be able to take that kind of community mindedness and bring it to the business world. Because that's what BBB does. That's what we do every day, is in working with businesses and consumers and just making that a better interaction and making sure people aren't being taken advantage of. And that goes both ways, that consumers aren't taking advantage of businesses and businesses aren't taking advantage of consumers.
It's good to have that level of watchdog, or just a place where people can trust some information. Speaking of community, you guys are located right down here.
We are, yeah. We're about 3 blocks west of the Myriad Gardens. We have a great building that we've been in for 30 years, and we actually just remodeled it. We did a full renovation, and so
did you have any input in this?
I did have a little bit, yeah.
I can only imagine that happened, yes.
It was really fun, and I think our building and our location is really reflective of how we're able to serve our community and being able to open our doors. And so we get a lot of walk-in traffic when people, you know, think about a company that they want to look at, or if they're trying to figure out how to file a complaint or what that's going to look like. They actually come in and see us and ask a lot of questions. And I think our building is much more inviting than it used to be, because we're there to help and we want people to come and see us or to call us and find out more information.
I can see that. We moved downtown at the beginning of last year, and it really does make a difference being street side. It does seem more welcoming to the community, just being down here in the energy and the hub of downtown.
Well, and what's fun, we're right across the street from the John Rex School. So we get to see the kids play on the playground. Cool. So there's a lot of really good interaction happening around us.
And you get to see a tall building being built.
Exactly.
One last question for you before I let you go, Kitt. What is something that people think the Better Business Bureau does that you guys are like, no, that's not really our territory?
Yeah. I would say the biggest thing is when people call and say, this is a bad company and I want you to shut them down. We don't do that.
Get the torches and the pitchforks, let's go.
They'll say, I file my taxes and I pay my taxes every year and you're in the government and you need to take care of this. And we are not part of the government. We're a nonprofit organization, and our job is to facilitate communication and to really help consumers and businesses find a good resolution that works for both parties, and just to really lift up businesses who are doing good work. Our business has a great reputation in this community, but that's because we work with really good businesses. And so really making sure that those businesses are doing good work, that's what we're here for.
Very good. She's Kitt Letcher, President and CEO of the Better Business Bureau. You can find more information out on their website at bbb.org, including locations, questions, and do some research, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
All right, very good. Kitt, thanks again for stopping in. Trust Tuesdays. Look for more of these on our website at newsok.com.